All right, in our third unit, we're going to talk about quadratics, and quadratic functions make parabolas, these little u's, and we're going to get into more of those later. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is function notation and what that's all about. So the first piece to really understand is f of x, and f of x essentially is the same thing as y. It stands in for y for these functions that we're going to take a look at. So the first thing we're going to see is this guy right here. This function says f of x equals x plus 2. It's kind of like y equals x plus 2. But this time instead of y, they used f of x because they want us to do a little something. They want us to use some substitution. So what it says is, this time they want f of 4. They want the function 4, meaning that anytime you see the letter x, they want you to substitute in a 4 instead of an x. And then they want to know what that solution is. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take x plus 2, that's the function that they asked me to do, and instead I'm going to put in a 4. And so I'll write x plus 2, but instead I write 4 plus 2, which gets us 6. So f of 4 is equal to 6, meaning if I put 4 in for x, I'm going to get 6 for y. Let's take a look at this one. This next function says f of x is equal to x squared plus 4. So this is the function they want us to see, is this one right here. And now they're going to tell us a value. This time the value they want is f of 3, meaning that anytime I see an x, I'm going to put in or substitute a 3. So let's do that. I have x squared plus 4, but instead of writing x, I substituted in and wrote a 3. And then I can solve. 3 squared is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. All right, and let's take a look at this last one. This last one says the function f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. This time they want me to substitute in an negative 1. So anytime I see a value of x, I'm going to put it in for a negative 1. And you can see that I've got two x's going on in here, so I have to make sure I do it to both. So substitute in my negative 1 every time I see an x. And then I can solve, and I get negative 2. Again, meaning if I replace x with negative 1, I'm going to get negative 2 for y.